Lenses are a little blurry. I hope they clear up. Oh, that's about as good as I'll get, though. Wow. There's some really thick clouds. It's coming in, but there's a lot of cloud cover between here and the actual bolts. But I mean, this is like crazy lightning frequency for this part of the country. This is like fairly normal amount of lightning for, like, you know, your plains and Midwest, your South. But typically the monsoons are, you know, like a couple of strikes a minute. But like, this is very rapid amount of lightning for our area. And I was looking at the radar, which I kind of locked myself out of the radar because I don't know how to check that from live streaming now, but it was definitely like red all the way across the area for about like 40 miles of red rain and about 10 miles thick. So it's like almost kind of a little mini lines thunderstorm. What time is it currently? Let's see, I can't see it on my phone, but I can open the door. Maybe back up to the kitchen. It is 10 minutes to 1 a.m. in the morning. Unfortunately, I'm also kind of low on battery because I've been watching YouTube for a while before I finally heard the thunder coming in. Hello, Hunter 1930. I was wondering if anybody was going to watch this or if people would just find it tomorrow. Wow. I almost wish I could zoom out. I wish I could get more telescopic. Oh, somebody's awake. Now, when storms like these come through, it wakes everybody up. And even the people that don't like the thunder and lightning, they're secretly just a little bit grateful for it. But it's been a dry year. We need rain badly. I know. It's almost as much lightning as the South. This is crazy amount for the normally very dry desert Southwest. If you look up St. George, Utah, that's where we are broadcasting from. So that kind of gives you an idea. If you do the background research, wow, that one was kind of up. We're probably going to get behind the door here before too long. Because this is like a major electric storm. Let me see here. I don't know if I can get the phone to, Okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna grab a cable Nothing to prop the phone up, so it's going to lay flat upwards. I'll be right back with the charging cable. All right, and we are plugging in. Probably not a moment to spare. I'm pretty sure I'm at least 2%. Oh gosh, I was at 1%. Okay. Well, now we won't. Now we get to have a whole live stream, but we're gonna pretty much stay inside for a while. Though you can hear the rain now; it'll speak for itself. So, yeah, just enjoy the show now. Just thunder and rain sounds now. I guess I'll shut up and let it be peace and quiet. Yeah, that is a telephone line you're looking at. I've been living here 9 years. It's never been struck, but anything could happen at any time. I'm gonna go off the cable for a few. Come over to the door here. It's actually, yeah, it's a lot better looking here. Okay. Oh. Trying to get it to lean upwards, I thought. I'm gonna go up and look at the radar from my laptop, and that's because at some point, as this is moving from north to south, we'll take the stream up to my room later, which has the window on the south side, and we'll look at the lightning in the other way when there's less lightning from the north-facing view, if that makes sense. Okay. Well, we're gonna go to my room anyway. I'm not seeing what the radar's doing because, well, ain't this a kick in the teeth? So I go to weather.com. I start playing with the radar. It comes up and the message comes up. You know how when your browser lags a little bit and you get your window and it says, this program has stopped responding. Do you want to close it or do you want to wait? Before I could even navigate my mouse over to the wait button, the whole window just disappeared in an instant before I could click anything. And basically, when that happened, it just completely fractured up the processes. And I've been trying for 15 minutes to end the processes in the task manager so that I can relaunch Chrome, and it won't freaking do it. So I just freaking held down my power button and forced it to do a hard reboot, because that's what it gets if it's going to freaking break like that. So as soon as it finishes the rebooting process, well, here it is. We'll get you a visual of what we went through. Not a very big storm in the grand scheme of things, but now as we watch that go south, there's be some pretty cool lightning within the next half hour, I would think. So, but yeah, that was a load of bovine chocolate. What a freaking pain in the butt. So, just waiting for everything to come on. All right. So yeah. Yeah. That is so weird. So effectively, I think Chrome did, as far as from its POV, it did completely shut down. There wasn't any data left, but it was the data in the task manager that was corrupted, leaving those processes to still be listed and letting them stay up there. But even if that's erroneous, the fact that Chrome.exe is still in the task manager forbids the browser from being launched before the computer suffers a hard reboot. But oh well. Well, we're gonna get it up here in a little bit. Wish the screen wasn't so bright. It's kind of blocking out the lightning. Once we look at this radar, we'll just go out and chill over there. Friday, 12:51. Okay, I'm gonna do Control F5 because apparently it's loading Apparently it's loading the radar image. That was how it was coming in. But like... Because there shouldn't be anything blocking... There shouldn't be anything blocking the most recent image from coming to the computer. I don't know. $112. That is still kind of out of date. Why is that it? That's the future cast when it does that. Now it's trying to go. Man, I don't think I like using this on the computer. On the cell phone, it's great, but I mean, I haven't tried to use this on my computer in many years, but maybe this is why, because even back then it was just janky as a, I don't know what, but just janky and just all but broken. When it's 124, okay, so we have 114. So that actually is mostly up to date. There's a lot more rain over there out in middle of the nowhere, Nevada, and there's the some of our west mountains, and there's town, so. But yeah, that didn't even look normal. Sorry about that, but anyhow, yeah. At this point, I think we can go ahead and just say that this is where the lightning's going to be for a while, and I'm going to turn off the monitor so we can get the light back off. Oh wow, oh wow, I missed part of that, but like, yeah, see what I mean? Because see now, see we came off of the mountains, and now we're out towards the Mojave Desert, and when they go from the mountains to the Mojave Desert, yeah, it gets crazy out there sometimes. I have actually, out in the desert, seen kind of that spiderweb lightning phenomena that you could sometimes see in the Midwest. Especially with more rain being at the southwest end. We'll kind of keep our film pointed that way. Oh, see what I mean? Actually, well, I'm gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna go down to the kitchen and get the cable again. right? Give me this one. All right. Okay. Wow, it's actually pretty cool. Now, in the playback, you'll skip over that. It'll be like time travel, but no, long story short. To recap, started thundering. I don't normally live stream a storm. This time, there was a lot of lighting. I'm thinking, wow, this actually is going to be worth recording, but I don't have a lot of memory. And I got the bright idea, oh, send it to YouTube directly. So we enjoyed that for a while, and it rained and it lightning, and I says, I'm going to check the radar, and because I wanted to see when would be the right time to go from the north window to the south window. I pull up weather.com radar, and Chrome crashes. But somehow it crashes in like the worst possible way to where it is anti-rebootable because somehow it's corrupted the task manager data, and task manager cannot be convinced that chrome.exe is closable, and so I had to forcefully reboot my computer. While we were doing that, I got my cable up, and I've always had my cable on the opposite side of the room, which will not reach over to the window. So I'm trying to plug the charger in to the socket behind my bed, which isn't going well. And right when I get the thing plugged in, it just dies like 5 seconds before the lifeline was plugged. I mean, you couldn't talk about a photo finish loss, man, in the race. So yeah, there is some cool lightning out there. So now that we've got that story filled in, now we'll go back to chilling. We've been streaming for 45 minutes, and we're going to go at least to the hour mark. So we're going to get 15 more minutes, if nothing else. A pretty good lightning out there. Gonna drink some pop here for a minute. Oh my gosh, you missed a beautiful set of strikes when we were off, though. Okay. Oh, and my glasses. Yeah, it's time to find my glasses. Put them back on because they fall off easily. It didn't rain for very long, but I guess I didn't expect it to, because it kind of just passes through. Man, I hope we get more lightning like what you missed a minute ago. I don't know if it's just the low lighting or what, but it just seems like the camera lens can't focus properly on anything. Hmm. Whoa, there we go. Finally, we got something. So I was starting to think it was running out. It actually can happen sometimes. There's been storms that have gone over before that have already cooled off the Mojave side of the area, but sometimes if the Mojave air is too warm, they can kill thunderstorms that go from north to south. Which is interesting considering how often the opposite is true, is how a lot of times um, the storms going from south to north will just die right over us because they're fueled by enough humidity at the Mojave and the monsoonal moisture feed. But then the transition from open desert to huge urban island to mountains and higher elevations really kind of breaks things up too. But it is kind of interesting how the transition between two very different geological zones um, can really affect the weather above and make weather boundaries miles above the actual ground where the geophysical landscape changes. But the mixture of different landscapes in this area has always been so fascinating, and I always kind of call this bizarre mixture of climates kind of like to call it like God's mixing bowl or God's leftovers or something like that. Just gave us a little bit of the best of everything down here. Actually, I'm gonna probably end this though. It's kind of boring if you only get a live stream or if you only get a lightning strike every 2 minutes. I think unfortunately it kind of did get weak, and it's just unfortunate that our battery was going to do. See, I've seen so many storms come and go that aren't that impressive, and like even if I knew ahead of time that one was coming, I wouldn't live stream because it barely rains and there's barely any lightning. This one was just like I watched the lightning come up for a few minutes and then I was like, oh wow, this is going to be a show, and that's why we went. But I think that it's kind of boring now and kind of past its prime. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a good night. If we ever do get like really big thunderstorms, we will live stream them in the future, but not multiple times a year. It might be like, you know, 2 or 3 storm streams a year, but it would be cool to do that. So thanks for watching. Stay good out there, and we'll see you next time. Well, changed my mind. Decided I was going to come back for a little more. Now, I'm kind of like prairie dogging on my knees. My like head's like at the top of my window, but over the rooftops, I am now starting to see the lightning pick up again farther south. Like I ended the live stream, and if right after it, we got a couple of good ones, and I thought that if it were to because sometimes another rare phenomena that won't happen very often, but it can, is what I call backflowing storms, where even though the primary edge of the storm is leading away, what can happen is the air continues to cool, even though it seems like the conditions have kind of become unfavorable to rain in the area, they can recondense. And so like the tail of the storm can actually kind of like extend and start coming backwards away from the leading edge of the storm as it continues to go south, or as more moisture comes in from the north, it can like catch up and start to like fill in. Or maybe I just completely got teased. Oh no, no, there's lightning, so. Oh wow. Seems to be some of the lightnings over there. It actually could be high elevation that's about 40 miles yonder that way, because when we're looking in this direction, you're looking out towards the Jacob Lake area. So as the crow flies, you're actually looking out towards the north rim of the Grand Canyon, Jacob Lake area. No, I'm hearing thunder now. There is still lightning in the area. There might be another round of this. That would be really cool. No, that was a far away one. I'm gonna go try to do a Google search for radars again. We're not gonna use the same website. Hey, you can see the reflection, but can't see. So we are still under rain, but So we have some yellow northwest of town. So it could start strengthening in the core there. It'll be kind of slow and boring because there won't be a lot, but for the ASMR, I don't know, it might be worth it. Oh no, we reached a 2 hour and change. That is very comparable to Florida when it pours. For just the briefest of moment, maybe it can rain that. I'm pretty sure Florida is one of the hardest places to beat in terms of rain. Actually, let's get some rain now. I mean, it's because it's starting to rain again. Chill out. Ooh. Very peaceful. Very peaceful. I'm having fun though. So that means I'm not too sleepy. I'm not gonna pass out even though it's going on. Um, what is it going on? 2:04 in the morning. Mountain Daylight time. The wind is picking up. Wow. This screen blocks a lot of light compared to the clear side of the window. Gonna look at the radar again. Alright, so I would say so far it looks like we're kind of getting too far away from the leading edge and we're not really going to be able to see that lightning anymore. And we're currently under the yellow color rain, so the moderate rain. Which unless that gets stronger over us, which is unlikely, or at least less likely than likely, I don't think we'll get any more lightning development more from the middle of the storm. And so basically it's just kind of a listen to the sounds of the rain. So we could do that if we come over to the, oops. Well, no, if we go over, even if we go to the over window, the sound will be better, but you guys can't see the tree. Alright, well, figure as soon as I figure out how to end this live stream like properly, like I actually am gonna end it this time because I'm gonna end it because it's really more about the lightning. More so, I don't really, try to do like rain noise because that's easy enough to find from other sources that can do it with better quality. But yeah, every single monsoon is so nuanced. It's like its own creature. I lived here my whole life and I've never seen the same storm twice. They never copy one another. Not just different in terms of what the radar looks like, but even what you experience on the ground. Thunderstorms are like people. They all have different personalities, and some have anger issues and they get violent and make big messes, and others, they just make a little bit of noise, but other than that, they're kind of just chilling. Oh, wow. That was a little bit unexpected. I don't end that quite yet. And of course, the thing is, like, you're thinking, like, well, what if that was the first one of, like, several more that were to come? Oh, and especially when I'm hearing it. Hmm.